Well, hello there. Me again. I feel like I should have slightly more greeting to this, something with a little more of a statement to it, but nope, it's just, hi, me. Oh well. Today I have two things I wish to talk about. The first is just going to be a slight recap on an old video, and the second is going to be political commentary. Woo! No, not really. Sort of, but I don't intend to list my personal political or religious views on this personal thing here. I mean, it's just, I don't intend to pass those views through this medium. I mean, I can't guarantee that they will never be discussed, but I don't intend to sway someone to one political party or one religion or one anything. This is a personal opinion thing and things I like to talk about. If you disagree with me, that is your right, and I don't intend to force my views on anybody. But getting back to the point, as I touched on in an earlier video, there have been certain commercials, mostly on YouTube, that I've noticed changing languages away from English. Now, mostly this has been Spanish, as I mentioned before, but since that video, I have also observed some that appear to be in Chinese. Now, I understand, and personally I could be wrong, could be Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, any Oriental language, and I could be wrong, I'm no language expert, but I think it's Chinese. My point being is, while Spanish makes sense to a degree because there is a huge number of people in America that speak Spanish as their secondary, first, or only language, which is a little sad in America as we're an English speaking country, but whatever, that's the way it is. But Chinese, I mean, just from an advertiser's standpoint, are there really enough people in America that are going to be able to understand and be more affected by your commercial in Chinese to the point that it is actually worth putting the money forth for advertisements? I just don't think it's very profitable. As I've only seen a few of these, I'm guessing the advertisers agree with me. But they made them in the first place, and it's a bit odd. I just wanted to bring that up, as while the other one had some reasoning, this one is just sort of confusing. I don't know. Back onto the political commentary. Now, I see a lot of political commentary these days, which is a lot of stuff as, oh, this is Romney's stupid plan, or this is Obama's stupid plan, or screw Romney because he hates the Muppets, and there's all these pictures of the Muppets staring at Romney like, I'm gonna kill you. But I think that's the wrong way to go about it. See, as a new voter myself, this presidential election is going to be the first presidential election that I'm old enough to vote in. Now, I understand that each party has their views, and that every person making a satire of some kind or whatever, any kind of commentary, will have their own political views. But I much prefer when they're presented side by side, where it gives me the opportunity to view both angles of the situation. And I'm sure a lot of other people my age and of new voting age would appreciate seeing a lot more of that, especially in the satire area, where something is both comedic yet informative. There's a lot of, political cartoons out there, and they're funny, But for them to be funny, you have to understand the political situation. Now, I'd like to see a lot more of this when it comes from equal sides. Recently, what I've seen is the Epic Rap Battles of History guys have just put out a Obama versus Romney rap battle. And a lot of people would think this is a stupid idea. But here's the thing. They did it well. They did it very well. They gave both sides of the argument. They gave the characters of Obama and Romney to two separate people. And considering that everyone who's been on here, almost completely, excluding the guy who did Mr. T, has been white, especially considering the main two guys are almost always white, the fact that they went out, got another black dude, and brought him in to play the Obama character, I personally appreciate that, because I would have been a little, yeah, if they had decided to go with like a blackface thing or something. That would have made me kind of uncomfortable. The point being is, they present both sides. Both are given equal opportunity to push themselves up and bring down the other. And that's good. And spoiler alert here, but there's actually a third party that enters at the end of the video and gives his opinion on the whole matter. And the thing is he doesn't declare a winner, he doesn't say who he likes better, he says he doesn't really like either of them, and that's the problem. He gives his opinion on both of them. In Obama's case, that he talks a lot about change and what he intends to do and a lot of promises, but doesn't really follow through on any of them. He doesn't really do what he talks about. And on the other hand, that Mitt Romney, in their own words, is trying to run the country like a game of Monopoly or like a company. And you can't do that. It's not a company, it's a country. So it does offer a very split-sided view on who is... It doesn't declare somebody the winner. They never do that in epic rap battles, but my point being is, they don't say who did better, they don't give a clear opinion, they just allow the facts to speak for themselves. And we need more of that. We need more of that as a culture, we need more of that as a country, we need more of that as a world as a whole. We really need to be viewing things from both angles simultaneously, and I really like the way they did this. Now, this video is beginning to stretch, and I apologize, I don't actually have a question for this episode, although, while I'm not entirely sure these episodes are going to be a weekly thing, they may even be more often. Given this case, it's been less than a week since my last video. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have a question with every video, or if I'm just going to keep the question to once a week, but I currently don't have one. I apologize for that, but I will see you next episode. Hopefully, we'll get a schedule going, I will have a question for you, and hopefully it'll be a little funnier than this one, so, for now, adios.